Most seniors have no idea that the airport travel system quietly changed beneath their feet. And what's even more shocking is this: most airlines hope you never find out. Because the less you know about your rights, your exemptions, and the new protections designed specifically for travelers over 65, the more they can take advantage of you through fees, restrictions, and unnecessary hassles. Today, I'm going to break down the new airport rules for 2025, and beyond that, every senior traveler needs to know. And by the end of this video, you're going to travel through any airport with confidence, comfort, and priority, even if you've never flown much before. If you're helping a parent or grandparent travel this year, this information is going to save you stress, money, and time. Let's start with the biggest change of all. Seniors now have far more rights at the airport than they used to. But none of it works in your favor unless you know how to use the rules. Most travelers think the airport is becoming tougher, stricter, and more confusing. That's true for some people, but not for seniors. For travelers over 65, the system has quietly built in new perks, new protections, and hidden shortcuts that almost nobody talks about. And I want to make this crystal clear right now. You do not need to pay extra, sign up for a membership, or book first-class tickets to unlock these rights. You simply need to ask for what you're already entitled to. Let's dig deeper and start with one of the biggest changes and one of the most misunderstood: TSA medical exemptions. If you're over 65, TSA now allows certain medical devices, medications, mobility items, and even certain liquids to pass through security without the usual restrictions. Many seniors don't know that their prescriptions, medically necessary liquids, and small cooling packs for medication storage are officially exempt from the liquid rules. That means no more stressing about the 100 milliliter limit. If you're carrying insulin, inhalers, nitroglycerin tablets, or any medicine that must stay cool, TSA officers are required to allow soft-sided medical coolers, gel packs, ice packs, and cooling sleeves. These items cannot be denied, but because most seniors don't know this, many let TSA officers throw these items away, even though the rules say they're protected. Let's go even deeper into medical screening. Seniors with joint replacements, pacemakers, or mobility issues can request what's called an enhanced medical screening. This means you can skip the full body scanner, request a manual screening, and even remain seated if standing is difficult. TSA legally must accommodate you. But the shocking truth is, most seniors don't know they can ask for this, so they go through unnecessary stress in the security line. Now let's talk about mobility assistance, because the rules here are much stronger than most people realize. If you're over 65, you can request continuous wheelchair assistance from the moment you enter the airport to the moment you reach your seat on the plane. The phrase you need is continuous mobility support. They must take you through check-in, security, boarding, and even help you with overhead storage if needed. Most seniors only request a chair at check-in and then get left behind halfway through. But the rules say mobility assistance must stay with you the entire time. It doesn't stop at security. It doesn't stop at the gate. It continues all the way onto the aircraft. And here's something that will surprise a lot of people. If you need a companion to assist you at the airport, that companion is allowed to come through security and all the way down to the boarding gate, even if they're not flying. This is one of the most powerful rules for seniors. It's called companion gate access. Most airports don't advertise it, but the law allows it. All you need to do is request a security companion pass at the airline counter, and they must issue it. Imagine how much easier travel becomes when your spouse, child, or helper can walk you through security, help with bags, and wait at the gate with you. This one rule alone removes half the stress many seniors feel while traveling. Now, let's move into the seating secrets, because airlines have made huge changes for seniors in 2025. Changes most passengers don't even realize exist. If you're over 65, you have far more flexibility when it comes to seating, and you can request seat reassignment for accessibility, mobility comfort, or medical reasons at no extra cost. That means if you struggle with cramped seats, back pain, or limited mobility, you can request a seat closer to the front, on the aisle, or near the lavatory, and the airline cannot charge you the usual seat upgrade fee. If you need more legroom due to knee issues, swelling, or circulation problems, you can request priority seating without paying for extra legroom seats. They won't advertise that, but the protection exists. Let's go further into this. If you're over 65, you also qualify for early boarding on most airlines, even if they don't openly state it. This is known as assisted boarding or courtesy boarding. It places seniors in the same boarding group as travellers who need extra time to board. You can bypass the long lines, avoid crowding, and sit comfortably before the general boarding stampede begins. Next, let's talk about medication rights, because this is one of the most important areas for senior travellers. If you have medication that must be stored at a certain temperature, cabin crew must store it for you. Most seniors don't know this, so they worry about medication overheating in the cabin. But modern rules require flight attendants to place medication that needs cooling into onboard refrigeration or store it in a stable temperature environment. If you need a cooler bag with ice packs, that is allowed, not restricted. And here's a rule very few people know. If your medication cannot be separated from you, you are allowed an additional medical carry-on bag that does not count towards your normal carry-on allowance. You can bring this medical bag for free, regardless of the airline. No airline is allowed to charge you for medically necessary items. Let's shift now to something that affects almost everyone over 65: airport carts, shuttles, and transportation assistance. Under new rules, if you request mobility support, airports must provide continuous cart service between terminals. If the airport is large and requires shuttles or buses, they must provide accessible boarding, priority seating, and physical assistance if needed, and the best part, this support remains free. Let's move to one of the most overlooked senior travel rights: accessibility lounges. Many airports now have designated quiet areas, rest areas, and accessibility lounges designed for travellers who need calm, quiet space before a flight. Seniors can use these without paying for first-class lounges. These areas have comfortable seating, assisted care staff, and sometimes even reclining chairs. Now let's talk about something nobody wants to talk about, but many seniors need: restroom access before boarding. Airlines are now required to provide additional time, upon request, to allow seniors to use the restroom before the boarding doors close. If you need extra time, they must allow it. If you need help getting to the restroom on the aircraft, they must provide an aisle chair, a special narrow wheelchair that fits in the aisle. Next, we're going into the financial side, because this is where many seniors get taken advantage of without even realizing it. There are fee waivers that seniors often qualify for but never claim. These include baggage fee waivers, change fee waivers for medical reasons, and priority customer service support. If you're 65 or older and dealing with delays, rebooking, or cancellations, airlines must give you priority resolution support, meaning you shouldn't be standing in long lines. You should be directed to the front or given phone priority. Let's also talk about one of the most underestimated but powerful rules for senior passengers: the courtesy override. Airline staff have the authority to override almost any rule when it comes to assisting a senior who is struggling. This includes seat changes, baggage rules, boarding order, and even certain fees. Most people don't know you can request a courtesy override at the counter for medical, mobility, or senior comfort reasons, and staff are encouraged to grant them. Now, we're entering the part of the video that focuses on maximizing comfort, saving energy, and reducing stress for seniors traveling through modern airports. Many airports now offer automatic escort services, priority rest zones, hydration stations, and accessibility-friendly check-in areas. Seniors often skip these because nobody tells them they're allowed to use them. Let's go step by step through a realistic scenario of how travel should look for someone over 65 using all the new rules. You arrive at the airport. You immediately request continuous mobility assistance. A staff member takes you through security, stays with you at the gate, and ensures you're boarded early. You place your medical carry-on under the seat or in the overhead without worrying about size restrictions because medical items are exempt. You store your medication safely with the flight crew. You sit in a more comfortable seat because you requested senior, accessible seating. You didn't pay extra. You didn't struggle with lines. You didn't worry about security. You stayed comfortable and confident every step of the way. This is how senior travel is meant to look in 2025 and 2026, but you only experience these benefits if you know the rules. Now, let's get into some practical travel hacks that seniors can use to make flights easier. These aren't official rules. These are smart strategies seasoned travelers over 65 use to stay comfortable while flying. One of the best hacks is choosing flights that are earlier in the day. Early flights are less likely to be delayed, the airport is quieter, and mobility assistance is faster. Seniors often find that early morning flights create a calmer experience overall. Another hack is asking to pre-board for medical convenience. You don't need to disclose personal health details. You can simply say you need extra time. If you're not sure whether your device, medication, or item is allowed, ask for what's called a TSA Cares Officer. These officers specialize in assisting seniors and travelers with medical needs. They can walk you through security more smoothly. Another useful hack is using the Airline app, even if you're not tech savvy. Airline apps now provide wheelchair request buttons, gate information, delay notifications, and special assistance requests. This puts control back in your hands even before arriving at the airport. Now let's talk about calm travel, because many seniors say the airport feels overwhelming. Here's a powerful hack most travelers never use. If you feel overwhelmed, you can ask for a quiet waiting area or accessibility lounge. You don't need a membership. It's part of accessibility rights. You can also ask for early seat placement on the plane if you have anxiety, mobility issues, or breathing issues. Airlines cannot say no to this. As we wrap up, let's recap the main idea. Senior travel has changed. The rules have changed. The rights have changed and the benefits have expanded dramatically, but airlines won't advertise any of this because helping seniors more means less profit for them. You have more rights now than ever before, more comfort than ever before, more support than ever before, and more ways to travel safely, confidently, and stress-free. If you're 65 or older, or helping someone who is, don't walk into the airport blind. Walk in knowing your rights, your protections, and your privileges. Because once you do, airports become easier, smoother, and far less stressful. Knowledge is comfort. Knowledge is confidence. Knowledge saves money. Knowledge gives you freedom. And now you have that knowledge.